It is a new week and I decided let me post a video, or let me not post, let me record a video, and hopefully I do post it, about today. So today I'm making 3 different recipes for meal prep. First one is going to be my dinner recipe. I am making a crock pot version of the chicken tikka masala. So I bought this simmer sauce from Aldi. I have a grocery haul about it. And I figured let me try to use this on a slow cooker since it's a simmer sauce, so I figured that'll be the best way. Again, 50 calories for 1/4 of a cup. And you guys seen I've made my own tikka masala before and it comes out great. I just wanted to try a different method, so I used the same seasoning blend from my original tikka masala recipe. Well, not mine, but adapted from another post or website. So, a teaspoon of chili powder, I forgot the garlic and ginger, the fresh garlic and the fresh ginger, so I used powdered ground ginger and powdered garlic. So sad face on that. So I also cut up the onions too. This is 1 medium to large onion, about 210 grams, and I put a seasoning blend on that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you actually quickly how it looks and how I'm gonna do this. So again, this is a teaspoon of turmeric, salt, chili powder, garam masala, coriander, and ground ginger and ground garlic. So I have that, and then I have a separate one too, same seasoning, except this one does not have the ground coriander, and then the simmer sauce. So I'm just gonna put this in the crock pot, my usual go-to crock pot, then top it with the onions, and then top it with the simmer sauce. And then I'm going to make this, or sorry, not make, but cook this on low for about 3 to 4 hours, check up on it, and see how it's going. And yeah, so that is recipe number 1. Next up, we're going to be making a Shirataki orange ginger noodle thing for lunch this week. Okay, recipe number 2 is going to be the orange chicken with Shirataki noodles. I also have Pommel Hearts noodles, but I figure Shirataki will be better since this is an Asian dish, and this is really great for Asian recipes. So I bought the tofu Shirataki. There's a lot of different brands. I do want to try the soya miracle noodles, so I'm going to use these today. Then next time I'm probably going to buy the miracle noodles to see how they compare. So I'm going to rinse these off, boil it, and then you want to remove the moisture. So I'm just going to stir it. Once I remove the water and everything, I'm gonna stir it in the same pot until you can hear it crinkling. In a sense, it's weird. I'll show you, but essentially you just want to remove all the moisture in before you add it to your dish. I'm using the Jihu sugar-free orange ginger marinade. So it's a marinade also as a dip, stir fry, barbecue, whatever, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna use about 6 tablespoons, which is about a 1/4 and another 1/8, so about a little under half of a cup essentially. So yeah, so 6 tablespoons of that. I had leftover sesame ginger tofu cubes, so I'm just gonna add that too. I think it's half a serving left, so I'm just gonna add that. And then I'm using, this is 346 grams when I distributed it, so I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to cut this up into small bites, so I just want little bites of chicken. So I'm going to cut that up into little bite-sized cubes. I'm going to cook the chicken, but first I'm going to, I'm also going to add a tablespoon of pure sesame oil, just to give it more flavor. I think I'm going to mix this with the 5 spice I had for my cabbage and or egg roll in a bowl. So I'm gonna mix this with some 5 spice, and I was gonna add veggies, but the veggies I have are really not braces friendly, so I just don't want to deal with that. So it's just gonna be that, and lunch is gonna be about 220 calories, and I usually add a side dish or things like that. I'm gonna make those protein muffins next, so I think I'm probably just gonna have that as a side with this. So yeah, let me cut up the chicken, deal with the shirataki, and I'll show you guys the next step. Lots of things happening. Tofu shirataki noodles over boiling. You guys know every time I cook noodles, I seem to over boil it. So everything's just going on the ground or the stove, so that's fine, that's normal. I cut up the chicken. This is, again, bite-sized, really small pieces. I didn't really want big chunks. And I'm going to season it with some 5 spice. There we go. Season with 5 spice, garlic powder, some onion powder. And I also use my avocado spray to put in the bottom. pan just to get a good sear. And then I'm going to mix up the orange ginger with the, I'm actually add a little bit of cornstarch to see if I can get it a bit thinner. We'll see if I need to. I'm not sure if I might not. But I'm just going to cook up the chicken, and then I'm going to make sure this dried out before I add the noodles. And then I'm going to add the sesame oil last, because that's kind of like an aftertaste. I think you don't want to add it like too soon, essentially. So I'm going to add that last, but let's get this cooking. Okay, so now I am drying out the tofu noodles, so there's no water here. When I can hear that noise, you hear that? When I can be more consistent, I'm going to add the noodles in, but that means the noodles are dry, so it'll be good to add it here. This is how the chicken's looking. I added 5 spice, you guys know, you saw it. So it's looking really good. It's getting a nice char for some pieces. So I'm just going to mix up the BQs. I might add, again, a little bit of cornstarch if it's too watery, but I don't think it might be watery. We'll see. But yeah, this is looking really good. So this is how it's looking. Added the tofu. I didn't do a full tablespoon of the sesame oil. I just added 2/3, so 10 grams of the sesame oil. I just added that. Just gonna have everything heat through a little bit, and then I'm gonna add the sauce. But it looks like I'm not gonna be using the cornstarch. But let's add the sauce now. Get everything combined and mix this all up. It's actually gonna be 184 grams now, but I might add more GP sauce. We'll see. We shall see, but this is looking good. It's smelling good. Lunch is looking good. See those tofu cubes and some chicken, the noodles, that's going to be resting. Next up, I am making these protein muffins. So I got this recipe from an Instagram user, which I will link in the description, but essentially I did not have any donut silicone mold or whatnot, so I'm making them into muffins. So I'm using my muffin tin that I've had since college. Then I picked up some cupcake liners, just make for easier cleanup. For each muffin, it's going to be 3 or 4, depending on how filled it's going to be, because again, I'm using turning them into muffins instead of donuts. But it's going to be 38 calories, and essentially I'm going to be using pumpkin puree. So I got the Whole Foods version, cocoa powder, baking powder, a lot of other things. Let me just share it. Let me turn this video. So again, 1/4 of a cup of pumpkin puree, I believe a tablespoon of cocoa powder. I'm adding some instant coffee just to enhance that chocolate flavor. I have baking powder. Instead of vanilla extract, I'm using the Stevia Sweet Drops Vanilla Cream. Just adds a bit more of a kick, I feel like, than vanilla extract. I'm going to try this out. I bought this a while ago, the allulose sweetener blend. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of that. This is from Trader Joe's. And I'm going to add some of my low-carb protein Isopure protein powder. So I believe this is going to be 15 grams or something like that. But I'll share it. I'll post little screenshots so you can see all the macros and things. So first off, I'm going to mix the dry ingredients. So the protein powder and all the powders and the, instant coffee. Also must add a little bit of salt too, because the Instagram user did not say salt. I'm going to add a little bit of it again to enhance flavor. And then once all the dry, one more thing, I almost forgot. Egg whites. I'm also adding 2 tablespoons of liquid egg whites, and that's from Market Basket. So it's the same liquid egg whites I've used for my crustless quiche. So I still have more of that. So I'm just gonna mix everything together, add the everything, and then I'll show you guys how it's going. So let's get started. So the instructions say to just mix everything that's dry. I didn't see there was some water in my bowl, so that's why there's already clumps. That's my fault. So anyway, I did a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of baking cocoa, I believe a little over a teaspoon of some instant coffee, and then 20 grams of the protein powder. And next I'm gonna add, and a tablespoon of the allulose, which is 15 grams. And next I'm gonna add again 1/4 of a cup of the pumpkin puree. and then a teaspoon of the vanilla cream. And we'll see how this, I guess, divides. I think it's going to be 3 anyway, so I don't think it's going to be 4. So let's finish this up. Okay, so this is how it looks with everything mixed up. It's going to be about 46 grams per muffin. So I'm just going to do 3, measure out 46 grams in each of them, and bake it at 325 degrees for about 20 or so minutes. But we'll see how this comes out. I'm not going to top it with anything or chocolate chips. It's just going to be plain protein muffins. Alright, so it made 3. You can see where I missed the lining, the cupcake liner, so I'm just going to clean that. There we go. A little bit. There we go. Alright, so it's actually going to be baking for 15 minutes at 325 degrees. But these are looking good. And again, I'm going to have these for lunch with the side of my chicken. It's going to be a protein-packed day. Chicken, tofu, and these protein muffins. Yeah, it is going to be a protein-filled couple of days this upcoming week, so I'm excited. But I will show you guys the end product. It's gonna be looking good. The last recipe I made were these protein donuts. I just want to get a good look of it. The camera is not the best right now, but that's how they look. Well, they're clearly not donuts because I did not have a donut tin. I used a muffin tin and had a lining on it, but they look really good. I'm gonna have these with lunch tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know how it tastes. But yeah, I definitely recommend checking out that Instagram link for the recipe. These look really good, and they're very low calorie. I think only like 40 calories per serving, so very low cal. And hopefully it tastes good too, but it looks really good. And I didn't put any, topping or anything else like that. Just plain muffins / donuts. So yeah, very good. Alright, it is the following day, and I'm going to have this for dinner. So this is how the Crockpot Tikka chicken masala turned out. Looks really good. And I have it over some rice cauliflower. So it's 384 grams and 3 servings. So for each serving, it's 327 calories. So not bad at all. And this total dinner is about a 350, I think, or 349 calories. I'll post a screenshot of... Sorry, that was dry. I'll post a screenshot on MyFitnessPal how it is, but let's do a taste test, and I'll grab a bite of everything and I'll let you guys know how it tastes. But look at that. Doesn't that presentation look great? Usually when you guys see my dinner presentations, it kind of looks like slop. So I think I made the presentation pretty nice this time around, right? I'm working on it. You guys already know I always come in, looking like I just walked out of bed, but I just came back from work, and I like being comfortable, so don't hate. So I have some chicken and some rice cauliflower, so let's do the taste test. Hopefully it's not too hot, but I'm gonna blow on it anyways. And cue the music while I'm chewing. Oh my gosh, you guys. So this came out really good. Now, I know people aren't a fan of simmer sauces and just making your own sauce. Again, I have made my own tikka masala sauce, okay? But this was so easy. Just threw everything in the crock pot. I cooked it on low for 5 hours. I would say the onions were a bit tougher. I wanted them a bit softer. I think next time I might pre-cook the onions and then just toss them in there afterwards. But I really liked this. It was really easy to make. Just cut up the chicken. I did my go-to seasoning blend when I made my original tikka masala, which came out nice. It's very flavorful. The chicken is still moist, not dry at all. It still has its shape too, so it's not like falling off or like turning into shredded chicken. And I think that sweet spot was at that 5 hour mark. So I didn't overcook it at all, and I made sure it was fully cooked too. So I definitely recommend making it on the crock pot if you're just running low on time. I think it just comes out still phenomenally, and it's just a quick dinner. Just heat up the rice cauliflower, put on you know, some music, listen to some TV, heat it up with the Tikka Masala, and it's very easy. So I definitely recommend this. I definitely recommend trying it out. It's really good. I also just want to add quickly about those protein muffins. They came out okay. Now, they're not the best recipe I've made. I don't do a lot of baking either, but I am going to try the ridiculous brownies. I was going to say next week. I think actually this Saturday. So I am on a sweet tooth kind of roll, just trying to experiment. You know, I like cooking, to be honest. I might seem angry cooking, or I might be annoyed cooking, but genuinely I do like trying new recipes, and I like trying new things, and I like figuring out ways how I can make something calorie friendly. So I'm going to try the ridiculous brownies hopefully this weekend, and I will of course vlog about it, and hopefully have a little vlog on that go. But I would say for these protein donuts, it was decent. I mean, they're really low calorie. They're 38 calories a piece. They're not bad, but I have to try to work on it. So I might adjust it, try to figure out something to make them more for my palate. Alright, so I just wanted to end off this video, this vlog, meal prep, not really a vlog, so I guess it's just a meal prep recipe making video. I weighed in on September 19th, so that Monday, or this past Monday, at 224.8 pounds. I was shocked. I like stepped on the scale like 10 times. I even repositioned it. And initially the scale read out like 223.8. But I'm like, this can't be legit. Like, is something going on with my scale? So I like I weighed myself twice at that number. Then I repositioned it. I'm like, this probably is false. So when I repositioned it and, you know, stepped on the scale, it was 224.8, and I stepped on it like multiple times, and overall it was 224.8. So I figured, okay, let me just do it that way. But the first time I stepped in, it was 223.8. But regardless, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm under 230. I'm in the 220s. I reached my mini goal of 225 pounds. That was the starting weight that I entered freshman year of college with. So this is like my final mini weight before my next big goal weight of reaching Wonderland. So like 199.9 pounds. So I'm in the final stretch to that big ultimate goal weight. And I tried to break down my weight loss goals into like phases. So this is still phase 1. Once I hit Wonderland, I'll be entering phase 2, yada yada yada. I'll go over in more detail about some of the goals that I have. I've been saying that, but I haven't done the video, but I will do a video about, you know, the goals I had in plan for scale, non-scale, all that good stuff. But I was so happy. God is good, you guys. God is good. Last week I told you guys, well, you know, actually, I did not tell you guys. I told you guys on Instagram I was feeling disappointed, a bit sad. But I went to church. I just trusted God. You know, He knows my plan. He knows my life. He knows where I'm going to be next week, in 2 years, in 10 years. So just trusting that He will continue giving me strength to continue on with this weight loss journey, because I have a lot left to lose. But just reaching these mini goal weights I have just been just so amazing. It's such a good feeling just knowing that, you know, God is still giving me the strength to be here 8 months later in this journey. So I'm so happy, you know, to be here, just being 88 pounds down, and just, you know, continue to reach goals that I have in plan. And yeah, so I just wanted to end off this video with that, with my weigh in. Oh, also, I forgot to share this before. With those Shirataki noodles for lunch, that was just beautiful. It was so good, you guys. It was so good. I have an Instagram story under food reviews where I talk about it, but I am making a variation of that today actually for my meal prep this week. So I'm using tofu instead of chicken. I'll let you guys know how that comes out too whenever I make another video. But I just wanted to end that off today. I'm happy. I'm in a good feeling. I am finally under 225 pounds, 224.8, and I'm happy. You know, I'm really doing it this time. I'm really committed to reaching my goals and getting back to where I was, you know, 5 years ago in the 150s back in 2017. So I just wanted to share that, and I will see you guys next time around. Bye.